Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are laying out a complete roadmap to a career in tech that is in super high demand and, maybe more importantly, is future-proof. We're going to break down exactly how you can build the skills for a role that isn't just surviving the age of AI, but is actually thriving because of it.
So first things first, let's get right into the big question that's probably on your mind, especially if you're looking at a career in tech these days.
And look, it's a totally valid concern, right? As artificial intelligence gets smarter and smarter, a lot of roles are changing. But what if I told you there's a field where AI is actually cranking up the demand, making the people in it more valuable than ever?
Yeah, that field is DevOps. See, a DevOps engineer doesn't just write code for an app. They build and maintain the incredibly complex automated systems that all software, and yes, that includes AI, runs on. Just think about it for a sec. No matter how brilliant AI gets, it's always going to need a rock-solid infrastructure to operate. And that's exactly where DevOps comes in.
And you don't have to take my word for it. The numbers really tell the story here. Reports from huge players like LinkedIn and NASSCOM show that DevOps is one of the top 5 fastest-growing tech roles in the world. We're talking about a massive 24% increase in job opportunities every single year.
And the rewards for getting these skills, well, they're pretty significant. In India, someone who's just starting out, a fresher, can expect a salary right around 25 lakhs a year. If you're abroad, that starting salary is often in the neighborhood of $120,000.
But here's the real kicker. This is what's so interesting. Despite the crazy high demand and the great pay, most students and folks early in their careers, they just don't even know this path exists. And that, right there, creates a golden opportunity for anyone who's paying attention.
Okay, so what on earth does a DevOps engineer actually do all day? It's a common point of confusion, for sure. So let's really break down the core mission to get a super clear picture of the role and why it's so important.
Now, this is probably the single most important thing to understand. DevOps isn't about memorizing a long list of random tools. Not at all. It's about mastering a process. It's really a philosophy, a way of thinking that's all about making software delivery faster, safer, and way more reliable by automating everything possible.
And this quote, man, it just nails it. It perfectly captures what this is all about. Think of it this way. A software developer, they might build a cool new like button for an app. That's the feature. The DevOps engineer, on the other hand, builds the entire machine. The whole automated factory that takes that developer's code, runs tests on it, packages it up, and then safely rolls it out to millions of people without anything crashing.
All right, so you're sold. How do you actually become a DevOps pro? Well, we've boiled the whole journey down into 5 core stages, giving you a really clear, focused path to follow.
This right here, this is your roadmap. It all starts with the foundations. You've got to master the Linux command line, really understand how networking works, and get good with Git for version control. Then you level up to automation. That means learning some scripting with Python and packaging your apps into these portable things called containers using Docker. From there, it's off to the cloud. You'll build what are called CI/CD pipelines. That's just a fancy way of saying you'll automate how code gets tested and released. Then it's all about going big. You'll learn Kubernetes to manage thousands of those containers and use monitoring tools to make sure everything is up and running. And finally, the most important part, you prove it. You build one big project that shows off everything. For example, you could take a simple website and build a full pipeline that automatically deploys a new version every time you make a change, can handle a huge spike in traffic, and automatically alerts you if anything goes wrong.
Okay, so you've built up your skills, you have an awesome project to show off, now you've reached the final boss, the interview. And it is absolutely critical to understand that a DevOps interview is a totally different beast than a typical software developer interview.
So here's the biggest shift in mindset you need to have. They are not going to ask you to solve some abstract algorithm puzzle on a whiteboard. Nope. Instead of testing that kind of knowledge, they want to see how you think about big, complex systems and how you solve real, practical problems.
See, they're testing your thought process. Can you figure out why something broke when you're under pressure? Do you actually understand the pros and cons of different technologies? At the end of the day, they want to know if they can trust you to keep the machine running smoothly and reliably, no matter what crazy thing happens.
All right, you've leveled up your skills, you know how to beat the interview boss. Now it's time to claim your reward. Let's talk about the final part of the quest, actually finding that first job. Here's where to look and what to look for.
So, pro tip right off the bat. The job title isn't always going to be DevOps engineer.
Companies use a ton of different names for pretty much the same job. If you also search for cloud engineer, SRE, platform engineer, and infrastructure engineer, you will massively expand your search and find all sorts of hidden gems.
And instead of just throwing your resume everywhere online, you're going to want to focus your treasure hunt on these specific platforms. These are the places where DevOps and all those related roles pop up most often. A targeted approach like this will save you a ton of time and get your name in front of the right people.
So, there you have it. The entire map is laid out for you. From understanding why this career is so incredibly valuable to the exact steps to learn the skills, ace the interview, and land that amazing job. It's a clear, direct path to a career that's high impact and built to last. The only question left is for you.